We really need to talk about Quant, because if you can understand the problems in the world right now that Quant is going to fix, and that they're working towards this as we speak, we know that Quant is destined for an enormously exciting future. So hit the like button. Let's get into it, guys. So before we dive into exactly what Quant is doing that's going to be so important, we need to understand a little bit more about the macro environment right now and who really drives kind of future development. We know that in the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of excitement coming from Larry Fink and BlackRock with the Bitcoin ETF, but that's just the half of it. BlackRock's Larry Fink said the tokenization of asset classes could drive efficiencies in capital markets. What is he saying here? Well, Larry Fink, the CEO of the world's most successful asset management company with around $9 trillion of assets under management, which is 3 times bigger than the top of the crypto bull market last 2 years ago, well, you'll understand that what he basically is anticipating will probably drive the rest of the market as well. He is talking about here that financial markets and financial institutions should be using blockchain technology to achieve things such as cross-border payments and much, much more. Now, whilst this is all extremely exciting and crypto as a whole does stand to benefit, it's the companies that can harness these kind of statements and move into a position to be able to take on all of that business that will stand the test of time. Another really important thing to note is this. Just a couple of days ago, we saw Chinese hackers targeting commercial secretary and other US officials. Around 5 days ago, specific email accounts were taken from the Commerce Department of the US government. Both Secretary Gina Raimondo and other State and Commerce Department officials in the week before Secretary of State Antony Blinken traveled to Beijing in June, US. Officials said Chinese hackers associated with the Chinese military and spy services had accessed US classified emails. Now, I do believe that this is pretty much the future of warfare that is going to be more kind of like fought in terms of proxy wars and shutting down of each other's like financial systems, etc. And that's one of the main drivers of moving towards blockchain technology. So what effectively is Quant? What does Quant offer us? Well, Quant offers us something called the Overledger software, and I have covered this in more depth in other videos, but to put simply, this basically integrates all sorts of different solutions into an organization, such as payment solutions, data, security, but most importantly, interoperability. Now, I want to show you this brief 30-second video from the Quant team.
Establishes a new benchmark for blockchain interoperability and ease of use. As a low-code enterprise-grade platform, Overledger empowers you to deploy, connect, and develop on any blockchain quickly and simply. With Overledger, you can generate an interoperable digital asset with just a few clicks, create secure smart contracts that can execute on any blockchain without having to hire a team of experts. And you can use its advanced APIs to integrate with your systems and manage your assets on multiple chains. We believe that the blockchain economy should be simple, trusted, and future-proof. These are our principles and the genesis of Overledger Platform, the enterprise standard for building on blockchain.
Now, considering we've now got one of the world's most important, if not the world's most important CEO, telling us that the world is going tokenized, we now know as well that there is a number of issues happening with hackers around the world. Although that's been happening for a while, we know that the likes of financial institutions will be heavily targeted by hackers, whether that be on a military level or whether that should be on like a private level. Then we know that lots of companies right now will be rushing to implement blockchain technology. And how they're going to do that, they probably haven't really thought and they don't really know. So where do they go first? Well, they go to the organizations that have a proven track record. So what have Quant got in terms of a proven track record? Well, already we've seen Quant working alongside the Bank of England. Now, whilst a lot of people look at the US and Wall Street and lots of people talk about other markets around the world, London still remains at the center of the entire finance industry because of where it sits in the world, effectively bridging the gap between the Asian markets and the American markets as well. Now, in this particular area, they've been working to implement CBDCs or central bank digital currencies, but they've also been working in other areas of the world, such as South America, where they've been working on cross-border payment solutions. They have been able to provide a variety of different products that have really helped develop the name of Quant, and Quant will therefore become one of the go-to names when it comes to implementing blockchain technology into your organization. Now, one of the main problems we've got with existing dApps or decentralized applications is that they are all built onto, let's say, Ethereum or Avalanche or whatever. And the problem with this is that these organizations are not working together. And then it then takes a lot of difficult tech and whatever to then put that dApp onto different apps to make that dApp accessible to other blockchains, because all those blockchains are working independently. But Quant simply, through Overledger, connects different blockchain elements and it allows all of it to be accessed through one simple software solution. And then all of those transactions that are taking part on the Overledger through various different projects. Here you can see we've got things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, you've got XRP Ripple. These can all be implemented into a system through using Overledger. If everyone is using these different cryptos for various different services and they're paying their transaction fees in Quant, it means they are having to hold Quant, and they're then paying transactions in Quant, which wraps up a lot of Quant and takes away Quant from the circulating supply. I talked about the other day the importance of understanding the circulating supply, and if you are reducing the circulating supply, then you effectively play on that supply and demand model where the demand is going up because it's being implemented by more and more financial institutions around the world and many other areas as well, and then decreasing the supply at the time we're entering into a bull market. Well, guys, that supply is going to get dragged right down, considering there's only 14 million Quant tokens in circulation. This for me makes Quant a very, very exciting prospect going forward. What else is important is at the moment, yes, Quant is working towards bringing financial institutions onto the blockchain, but there's more important things as well outside of that space. It's no surprise that assets of all kinds, from different currencies to carbon credits, are being tokenized on the blockchain, making their ownership immutable, their provenance traceable, and their use easy to manage. This is really important. The Overledger technology that drives all of this is effectively a one-stop shop for bringing your company onto the blockchain. And what people do nowadays, many companies don't have such huge teams as they used to, because one, it's expensive, but also because so many things can be achieved online or remotely that they just outsource a lot of this work. So once they start to look at being able to implement this tech into their companies, they're just going to be reaching out to the likes of Quant, who'll be able to implement these services, having a proven track record of working with the Bank of England, of working in various other industries around the world, helping build cross-border payment solutions, helping to implement CBDCs, and so much more. I think the Quant network is very, very exciting, and I think what's going on over there makes this a potentially blue chip project. And diving over to CoinMarketCap to look at Quant here, $1.2 billion market cap, not small by any means, but given the potential that Quant has, I think this is a very exciting project going forward. We're talking a company that has the ability to bring blockchain technology into some of the world's biggest banks, if not all of the world's biggest banks. If that Overledger is a patent pending piece of tech, if that patent is passed, then guys, you can expect Quant to be blowing up, in my opinion. Circulating supply 81%, which is high given the time in the market right now. That's a positive thing. $1.2 billion. Can we see this reaching $100 billion at the top of the bull market? It paints a very easy to understand and exciting narrative for a lot of people. I know that there's a lot of hype and excitement behind Quant right now, and that's important. $101 per token. And I know this is a very popular project because a lot of guys in my free Telegram, which is linked down below, are talking about it regularly. Guys, if you enjoyed that video, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, you want to learn more about projects like Quant, subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.